Let's start with a question. What if you could play any role-playing adventure you can possibly imagine, but without spending hours and hours learning a bunch of complex rules? Well, today we're diving deep into the Gateway RPG Deluxe Edition, a completely free system that's designed to get you and your friends telling some amazing stories and fast. I mean, just look at this cover. It perfectly captures the whole spirit of the game. It's asking you what you want to do. Do you want to explore epic fantasy castles? Maybe face down some cosmic horrors? Or patrol the neon-soaked streets of a cyberpunk future? This system, it's built from the ground up to handle all of it.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You have this brilliant, amazing idea for an adventure, but then the thought of trying to figure out a 300-page rulebook just completely kills the momentum. That is the exact problem that Gateway is trying to solve.
Okay, so what is this game at its very core? It's all about putting the story first. It uses what's called a rules-lite system. And I know that's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but Gateway has a really clear philosophy about what that actually means.
See, this approach isn't about just getting rid of rules for the sake of it. Not at all. It's about being smart. Gateway keeps all the fun, familiar parts, character stats, rolling dice, all that good stuff, but it strips away the complicated charts and all the little mechanics that can really slow a game down to a crawl. So, for those of you who are coming from systems like D&D or Pathfinder, this chart is a fantastic little reference. Gateway isn't trying to replace those games. It's here to offer a totally different kind of experience. It is built for speed, for accessibility, and for just pure creative freedom. That makes it absolutely perfect for one-shots or for bringing new players into the hobby.
And this right here, this is the end result of that whole design philosophy. The system just gets out of your way so that you can build any world you want. The mechanics are like a universal toolkit, not some restrictive setting you have to follow.
So, this super flexible system leads us to one of its absolute best features, character creation. Forget about spending an entire session just building a character. Here, you can go from a cool concept in your head to a totally playable hero in just a few minutes. The process itself is it's wonderfully intuitive. It starts with a conversation, not a checklist you have to fill out. You just talk with your game master, they'll ask you some guiding questions, and then together you shape the hero you actually want to play by assigning these really simple but super effective traits. I love this image because it is the perfect metaphor. The game gives you a simple, powerful set of tools, but you're the architect. You're the one who gets to craft something unique and personal. And character creation really just boils down to this simple, powerful concept: proficiencies and deficiencies. So instead of tracking like a dozen different skills, you just define what your character is good at and what they kind of struggle with. This ties directly into how you roll the dice. Which, brings us to how you actually play the game. Like a lot of classic RPGs, it is all built around one iconic, famous die. Yup, the D20. If you've played a tabletop RPG before, you know this little guy well. It's the arbiter of fate, right? It determines success or failure for pretty much everything, from swinging a sword to hacking a computer. And here, this is how those proficiencies and deficiencies we just talked about come into play. If you're proficient in something, you get advantage. That means you roll 2 d20s and you take the better result. Easy. If you have a deficiency, you get disadvantage. You roll 2 and take the worst result. It is such an elegant system that covers almost every situation you can think of. So, we've covered the core of Gateway, but this is the Deluxe Edition. So what does Deluxe even mean for a rulebook that's already free? Well, as it turns out, it means a lot. This is where the value just becomes incredible. The Deluxe Edition is packed with optional modules you can use or just ignore, whatever you want. You get extensive tips for running the game, advanced rules if you want a little more crunch, full rules for solo play, systems for vehicle chases, and a ready-to-use starter bestiary. And that bestiary is ready to go right out of the box with threats that can fit pretty much any genre you can imagine. So whether you need a gunslinger, a spectral samurai, or a massive, terrifying dragon, the book has got you covered. So let's just recap. The rules are simple, character creation is fast, and the free deluxe rulebook is just overflowing with content. The only thing left to do is to start your own adventure. I want to end on this quote from the book's dedication because I really think it speaks to the heart of this entire project. It's not just a set of rules, it's a tool, and it's being passed on to you, the storyteller, so you can build your own worlds. And here it is, the most astounding feature of all, the price. This entire 100-page deluxe rulebook, this whole passion project from a solo creator, is completely 100% free. $0.
And you can grab your own PDF copy right now from any of these sites. We've got the official WordPress site, itch.io, and DriveThruRPG. There is absolutely zero barrier to entry here.
Which leaves us with just one final question. The system gives you the engine and it hands you the keys. The only limit is your imagination. So, what incredible adventure are you going to create first?